Johnson, and now they're going after Tim Pool. That's right. Earlier, I guess, from what Tim Pool has posted on X, earlier this morning, a car door opened by his house, and shots rang out. Everyone in his house, thank God, and luckily, by the grace of God, and thankfully, by God's not only grace, and by God's presence, and God's mercy, and by the fact that God was watching over Tim Pool, everyone in that house, including Tim and his family, are safe. But this is what's happening. This is exactly what happens when you speak out against these type of people. And this is what happens when you become the people voices that speak out for the many, that speak truth, that speak honesty, that question everything, that just wants to know what the hell's going on and why is this shit happening. And people don't like that. We don't know who did it, honestly. We really don't know. But I have a sneaking suspicion. I think it was the left. I think it was the Democrats. Why do I think it's the Democrats? More than likely because, again, look at what I said in the intro. They went after Kirk, they got Charlie, they went after Benny Johnson, and now they're going after Tim Pool. They're going after conservatives. This has been if you look at this isn't very cool, weird or odd or suspicious. This is something that's happening more often than not, than frequently. This is kind of something that, okay, this is way too common now in denominations of things that are happening that are just Twilight Zone, alarm, red flag, bells ringing, that you should be thinking, what the hell is going on here? Why is this happening more now often than not? It should not be happening at all, but it is happening. And I'm happy again that Tim Pool and his family is okay. Thank God. I'm happy that at least no one got hurt. I hope they catch the person. Cheers, by the way. I hope that they arrest them. Because, honestly, this is the kind of crap that we don't need. This is political violence. And I know y'all are going to say, well, but conservative, again, you don't know whether it's a Democrat. I think it is. I'm going to go off and say I think it is a Democrat. Because what makes me suspect more than not that it was a Democrat was, why was Tim targeted? Because that seemed like that was a targeted time, and that was a picked time. Tim was targeted because for a particular reason, and things just seem to click together that this isn't just, again, coincidental. Tim was targeted for a reason here. Tim Pool was targeted for a reason. That he was pissing off the liberal media industrial complex. He's doing the same thing that I was doing, or that I have been doing, that Charlie Kirk has been doing, the same thing that Benny Johnson has been doing. He has been doing the same thing, but only different. He has more voices, well, not more voices, but a higher platform ratio than I do. And the fact that it just seems a little suspicious to me. It seems very freaking suspicious. Because every freaking attack on a conservative seems to be timed weirdly. Like, one attack happens, and then it stops for a while, and then tick, 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 and then another one allegedly happens, and then tick, 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 another one allegedly happens. It just seemed coincidentally that we allegedly be targeted because liberals don't like us. And now Tim Pool's the one that's being targeted. Or was being targeted. That's just wrong. And Tim, I wish you the best, brother. I want you to be safe. Stay safe. Do what you gotta do, brother, to keep your family safe. God bless you and your family. Please know that conservatives like me and all of us out there are going to keep you in our prayers, and your family in our prayers. And know that we know why this happened. Because we're doing this. Because this is what we do. Because people like you, I, Charlie Kirk, Benny Johnson, and real conservatives are having real conversations about real subjects that the Democrats don't want to hear. And they're getting violent. They're getting vicious. Because they don't like what you say. Because you speak truth. You don't use feelings. You use facts. You use logical and correct informational sources. You don't just go off on tangents. You don't just use your feelings and spout off liberal industrial news that you think is going to help your case. You use actual sources and have conversations with people, and you sit down while interviewing people, and you have deep conversations with your team and interviews, and you even go to the White House and ask deep questions. And that's why they're pissed with you. That's why they're pissed with him. I think that's exactly why. So Tim, stay safe. We love you, buddy. We know that it's hard. We know that it's not easy being a journalist and doing what you do out there. I, as a freelance journalist, I know it's hard. I'm a tier 2 freelance journalist myself. I know it's hard. And, dude, I'm going to be honest with you. I think, man, that you are on the right path to continuing finding answers out there, and you need to continue to do what you do. Don't stop. Don't let this stop you from continuing to do what you do best. Don't let this little bump in the road scare you. These people want to scare you. Yes, that's what you said. That's what allegedly they want you to be, is scared. Don't be scared. Because they're pansies. They're using violence to silence you. And that's not right. They shouldn't use violence to silence us. Or they shouldn't even try to silence us, or you, or anyone. That is wrong. That is called alleged terrorism. And we know that. And we don't stand for that. So Tim, stay strong, buddy. We got your 6. And over here at Conservative Newswave, we do salute you for everything you do, man. And know that we support you in every way possible. And we thank you for your honest and your hard work and dedication to journalism that you always do very good at. And your hard work is always going to be the greatest. No matter what you do, man, you do great work. So just keep it up. Alright. For the rest of you guys, I'm going to say one more thing. We, as a human beings, as American people, need to stop allowing this violence against each other, period. It is wrong. It is sickening. And for the fact mere that they want to use pew-pews to try to scare us into thinking that's going to shush us up, that ain't gonna work. What they probably don't realize is that a lot of conservatives do have pew-pews too. We do have our Second Amendments too. But we aren't exercising it by firing back. Because that's not what we do. We use words. We use words to counteract what they do. Because we are better than them. Because we are mature than they are. We are smarter than they are. We are more adult-like mannerism than they are. They are alleged terrorists. And this needs to stop. So Democrats, progressive, liberal, get your heads out of your butts and stop doing this. Needs to stop. You trying to hurt somebody isn't going to make your point across at all. It's not going to get your damn point across. All it's going to do is ruin your life, put you in jail or prison for alleged murder, which I'm sure you don't give a shit about. But you should give a shit about it. Because you take a life, that blood is on your hands. In the words of Macbeth, damn these bloody hands. And I don't think you want that on your hands, Democrats. Liberals, progressives, you don't want that. Stop it. Be better than this. Be better than this. And do better than this. Recognize that if this is what your party is doing and this is what your party has become, then take a look and realize this might be a good chance now to jump out of your party, out of the Democrat and Progressive Party. And maybe look at seeing what really MAGA is telling you is true and has been true the whole entire time. We aren't violent. We aren't evil. We aren't going to fire back, like I said before, because we aren't going to use violence back, because that's not only not what Charlie would want, but not what God would want, but that's not what we do. That's not what Trump would want us to do, but that's not the moral high ground that we would take. We would take the moral high ground by doing better, by using words. So think about this. If your party is doing this, do you really want to be associated with a party that's an alleged terrorist group that allegedly tries to murder people just because they don't like what they say? No. If I was a Democrat right now, today, right now, if I was a Democrat and I heard this, I would be honestly switching parties. I would right now be going to MAGA. Because hearing this, and especially after what happened with Charlie and what allegedly happened to Benny, the party of violence is not a party that would represent me. And especially a party that I would not want to be involved with. Get out of there before it's too late. See you guys.